dear. All right, you guys. Hello, Victory Village. Welcome to another episode of Twanna Y'vette Speaks. I am your host, Twanna Y'vette. And for the next few minutes, guess what we're going to be talking about. The one and only Kirk Franklin and his eldest son, Carrion. Yeah. Um, this is crazy, okay, to say the least. I did get to hear the audio, and so did everybody else. I'm going to pull up Instagram and see if I can, pull him up because he did post everything on Instagram, okay? And it's it has spread like wildfire, as I knew it would, okay? Um, this is crazy. It's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I will admit, but you guys, hey y'all, Carol's coaching corner is in the house. Joshua Gabriel, hi. Hey, my sister Trisha. How y'all doing? Um, Looky here. We're talking about this tonight. This Carrion Franklin and Kirk Franklin. Hey, 12 Bells. Yes, honey, the mess. Honey, the mess. Listen, let me tell y'all. I woke up this morning. I was feeling a little bit better. Y'all know I had the flare up with fibromyalgia, and I was just like, no, I'm not here for any drama or anything today. Just let it be a good day. I woke up and it was a good day. And I made the mistake of opening my social media because normally after I tell God, thank you for waking me up, I either, grab my water or I grab my phone. And immediately I see another commentator speaking about Carrion. Now, me, I'm sitting here like, what in the world is happening? What's going on? You know, have not heard this guy ever. I don't know if he's in the music business or not. Hang on just for a second, guys. Thank you. Um, I woke up, immediately went to my Instagram. No static? Good. Uh, Another commentator. Hey, just be real. Listen, y'all. Trisha, I forgot to give you your blue suit the other day, so there you go. Join the moderation team. I'll put you in the group after the live stream, okay? Um, just an FYI, if you are a member, uh, the first 10 members are moderators. So, yeah, if you see somebody in the audience with their blue suit on, trust. That's a VIP moderator. Just letting all the trolls know. Thank you guys. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Just Be Real, for having my back. I appreciate that. So listen, whoo child. I'm gonna see if I can go to my OBS, and I'm gonna get a display capture for you guys to see if I can actually, because some of y'all may not have heard the audio, okay? So I'm not sure. I think maybe a window capture would be good for this. And then I'm going to go ahead and share this window capture. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to Carrion Rashad's Instagram, okay? That's where I'm going. And I'm going to share this with you guys. Hopefully you can hear the audio. All right, let's take a listen. All right. I hope you guys were able to hear that audio. Um, hey, miss me? How y'all doing? I'm glad y'all showed up. Trisha said I didn't hear it. As a matter of fact, I didn't know this guy had any children or a child. Absolutely, he has a lot of kids. Now, for those of you who don't know, um, the T for Trisha and some of y'all is that Carrion was born when Kirk Franklin was 17 years old. So Carrion is not Tammy's child. Okay. Y'all couldn't hear it. It's probably, I hate to say it, hate to use that as an excuse, but it's probably YouTube. I don't know if this is like been taken down or not, but I just like saved it. But long story short, you guys, the audio was Kirk Franklin using every curse word in the book to threaten his kid. And Carrion was trying to, say something, maybe explain, who, what, when, where, and why, because they're in a heated discussion. Carrion sounds normal. He's not raising his voice or anything. And then the next thing you hear is Kirk saying, I will break your effing neck. Don't ever disrespect me. And Carrion says, I didn't. And Kirk hung the phone up. Now, for me, as a mom, I'm sorry, you guys, it was horrible. As a matter of fact, let me do this. For those of you who didn't hear it and you have your Instagram, I'm going to drop this link so you guys can hear it. Carry on. That way you guys can hear it, firsthand. You can pop out, listen to it, and come back in. It's totally fine. That's the link for Carrion for you to listen to the actual footage that I just heard. I heard it this morning and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. This is not Kirk Franklin. I never, okay, just be real. Y'all can pop out and listen to it and come back. It's totally fine. I'm dropping the link because I tried to share the audio with you guys and it didn't work. So just, but I prefer you guys to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? To, so we can have an adult conversation about this because I definitely want to get you guys' opinions on this stuff. Whew, child. First of all, I don't think I have ever spoke like that to my child a day in my life. Um, we've listened. Me and my daughter. My daughter's 29 years old. Of course, that we've had some disagreements. Okay, we've had some arguments, some heated arguments. Um, I'm very liberal with, my daughter as far as be able to speak freely while maintaining, dignity and respect. You know what I'm saying? We pal around, we joke and stuff, but I'm still mom. So don't forget that, okay? Um, but never has she spoken to me out of context or whatever. And even when she felt like she wanted to, she knew to pull back because I don't play. And I'm not the I'ma curse you out up one side down the other type mama. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, there are consequences and repercussions, for disrespecting me. Um I my personal thing is that I don't feel like this is necessary. Carrion is an adult. I don't feel like this is necessary. The part that we don't understand is what led Kirk Franklin to curse his son out. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all listening to it? Are y'all dotting out to go hear it? What? Click that link, Edna, because I want you guys to be able to hear it. Hey, B Sugar's in the house. B Sugar, we're talking about Kirk Franklin and Teresa. Listen, I put the link in the chat. As a matter of fact, let me pin it. I'm gonna pin this up at the top. So if my mods want to, for anybody who's just coming in, play that. Um, Play it because I couldn't get you guys to hear it on my end. Yeah, exactly. So I'm telling everybody in the chat, you guys, to go listen to it on your Instagram and then come back in the chat. It's totally fine. I don't mind at all. Uh, Now, I never would have thought in a million years Kirk Franklin, first of all, would use such language. Okay? I'm talking about Kirk with, that's some heathenistic cursing. That's some cursing that I used to do back in the day. Okay, B Sugar. I used to curse like that back in the day because, I was an angry person all day. So yeah, you would get cussed out like that if you got on my bad side. But I never, and stuff like this, you guys, makes me feel some type of way. At this point, I feel like John Gray. Like when John Gray, used to preach and everything, and I thought he was so phenomenal. And then he cheated, and then he emotionally cheated, and then this third thing came out with his cheating. I haven't listened to John Gray since. This is the way it's coming across. I need the whole story. Now, the T is Carrion has several audio clips. Now, it was said this morning that Carrion released it himself. No, we don't know who released it first, but Carrion released his recording on Instagram, for verification, for receipts. Hey, Frank, I know it's crazy. Miss Me said, but who was in the background? I don't know who that woman was. It was a lady laughing, but it didn't sound like his wife, Tammy. It did not sound like Tammy. I could be wrong. Maybe she has a big manly voice, but I don't think so. She's a very petite little woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that it may have been one of his other kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that was laughing in the background, but that was for sure Kirk Franklin's voice, unless there is somebody out there who can sound just like Kirk. That was Kirk. And, when he yelled, don't you ever disrespect me, I knew at that point that was Kirk Franklin. And his son, couldn't get a word in edgewise. I don't know what Carrion was trying to say. I don't know what happened to escalate it to heathenistic cursing out somebody, but listen, it's not of God. I feel some type of way. Miss Me with that says surprisingly, I could see him cuss like that. For real, he did go off. That was exact. That's what I'm saying. I know it was him. I know that was Kirk Franklin. I know that was him. I know his voice. I've been listening to his music for years. I have sang his songs in the temple, on and off for years. Love Kirk Franklin's music. What you do in the dark will come to the light. The Bible tells us you will reap what you sow at some point. At some point. And I don't care what the situation was, short of Carrion, trying to blow Kirk Franklin's head off or something, which I know that didn't happen. Hey, you don't have an excuse. You don't talk to your kids like that. I don't care if they're grown or not. That was way out of line. That was completely inappropriate. That was bad parenting on every level. And if your other children heard that and saw you doing that, shame on you. Shame on you, Kirk Franklin. Shame. What are you guys saying in the comments? Oh my goodness. Miss Me says she could see him doing that. B Sugar says he went off. That definitely was him. Carol says, right, we're missing a bit of the conversation. Thank you, Angela. Hi, babe. How are you? Y'all say hi to Angela Ortiz. She is an interior designer. She decorates and stages different houses. You guys need to check her channel out. She is so good at what she does. Like, I'm not even kidding. Angela's the bomb. Frank. Now, Frank, put your message back up. Yay. Thank you, Angela. Frank, put your message back up so I can read it. What you doing, Frank? Frank, are you being messy? Okay. Um, no, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I've never cursed my daughter out. I would never, curse my kids out. I don't think that's proper. I think that's very improper. I think that's a little bit scary. I feel like, yeah, you can kind of get out of character or whatever, But I feel like, and this is just like for those who believe in Christianity and you live that lifestyle, that you treat Christianity like a lifestyle and not like a religion. Okay. That, yeah, there are times when it's going to get, crazy or whatever. But listen, Linda, living that Christian lifestyle, you need to learn how to rein it back. This is not what God says. It's not allowed. You're going to have to apologize to that boy. You're going to have to repent. Hey, Ray. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to make this right. Now, he's holding off on making a statement. I have not seen Kirk Franklin make a statement today. But I will check his Instagram right now to see if he's going to, or if he has made a statement. He has not made a statement. He is posting, regular things. He's got some stuff on here that he has said. Now this right here, I don't know where this was from. Let's see. Nope. He's at a restaurant. He's at a restaurant. Times have been hard. We've been at home. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Nope. That's not a statement either. That's simply Kirk Franklin and Tammy talking. She's holding a new baby. Um, so he hasn't made a statement as far as I can see, he hasn't made a statement. And oh man, I don't know if he's going to make a statement about this or not, you guys, but he needs to address this because at the end of the day, hey Doreen, my other sister is here. Let me scroll up and see what you guys are saying. Carol says, right. I used to really follow John Gray until all that mess came out. That was me. I mean, you're not going to, preach to me. I know what the Bible says about, living that lifestyle of a minister, and you are not going to, like, the Bible says that he shouldn't find any foul with you, like nothing. Like, you're not getting drunk, you're not using drugs, you're not cheating, your household is together, you know what I'm saying, without reproach. No, you cheating on your wife is a no-no. That nay, nay. Okay, and this thing with Kirk Franklin, yes, it is ugly. No, I don't agree with him. I mean, but the audiences are split, you guys. I will say that the audiences are split. They're saying that Carrion is trying to extort, his dad for money or something. Like, I don't know. Like, and it's so stupid. But then on the other side, hi Queen. On the other hand, you've got people saying that Frank Kirkland was wrong and he shouldn't have done that regardless of the situation. So it's split down the middle. Frank Pearson says that as as a minister, I could never ever disrespect my son in that way, but I'm not really surprised by the situation. With a lot of things that goes on behind closed doors, eventually will come to light. I totally agree. You've got Carol says I agree with Ray of Sunshine. Mm-mm-mm. Hey Tommy. Hello, hello. Thank you so much. Whew. Hey Melissa. The thing is, Kirk Franklin has a lot of children, okay? Him and Tammy have had a lot of kids. I When I first heard it, I had to do some research. I had to sit down and say, okay, now think like a reporter. Upon research, he had a child at 17. That child is Carrion with a completely different woman. It looks like, I'm just saying what it looks like, okay? On the internet, this looks like you treat Carrion different from the other children because he's not doing this to the other kids. By now, if it was a problem with all of his children, his other kids would have come forward by now. I don't know that Carrion's brothers and sisters have rallied around him to give him, support, or if they're standing with Kirk. at this point, everything is just up in the air. I would assume somebody has by now reached out to Carrion and said, hey, I'm sorry, dad did this to you or your uncle or, whatever, your cousin, whatever. Somebody. Well, I don't know, you know. Now I have heard, and this is just, word on the street. Word on the street is, and we're talking about the music industry streets, that Kirk Franklin is somebody that you don't want to mess with. If you speak out against him, there's a possibility you are ruining your career. He's like the godfather, of gospel at this point. He has made music with everybody, secular music as well as gospel music. It's kind of like if you get in good with Kirk Franklin, he holds the key. Kirk Franklin is like the Oprah of, music, and putting these elaborate, performances together, and, the gospel videos and all this kind of stuff. Like, he's really made a name for himself, and, he's kind of like the go-to guy. So I can't imagine anybody um going against him for fear, that their career would be ruined. Because there are some people in the industry, that play like that. Why wouldn't there be people like that in the gospel community? Of course there are. So, I mean, who's going to stand up for Carrion? That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. Um, I don't know. Ray of Sunshine says he probably does, which is sad, and he is wrong for that. Yeah, I do. I feel like Kirk Franklin is treating him different because he's already grown. He's old. He's older, and he does have a different mom. Um, and most of the time when it's like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Carrion may have even grown up with his mother, and so there's a gap in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just unfortunate that as an adult this comes out. And for me, I'm like, I don't know who Kirk Franklin was doing this in front of. I don't know, who was laughing in the background. I'm not sure of what was going on, but what I am sure of is that something leaking out to the public, not just the press, but all over social media. And I mean, this thing spread far and wide. And if you look at Carrion's Instagram, he only has a couple thousand people because he doesn't even have Franklin as his last name. So if you don't know him as Carrion Rashad, you wouldn't know that that's Kirk Franklin's son. But today, everybody knows because he released that one track. Now, according to some other commentators, there are more tracks, there are more audio, and they are worse than what we heard today. Now, will we get to hear them? Are they going to come out? We don't know. But for sure, reliable sources, including Carrion, this is not the only time, and this is not his only evidence. So have they had this relationship their whole life? Like, is this the Kirk Franklin, the only Kirk Franklin that Carrion knows? And it leads me to think, well, what's going on in his house? Why is he treating his other kids, like princesses and stuff? He's always bragging about, his daughter, his oldest daughter, because she's going to college. Um, you know, everybody, they get good grades and this, that, and the other. You never hear anything about Carrion. Never. So, I'm like, now, did Carrion reach out to Kirk? Did Kirk call Carrion? How did this become a thing? How did this become a thing? And would you why would you do that? I mean, it's 2021. You got to watch your mouth. You got to watch what you do. You never know who's looking at you. You never know who's recording you. None of this stuff. And you're a celebrity. You're a star. People don't just know you from your music. You're on TV, you're on the silver screen, you're doing plays, you're doing, productions, you're doing full on events and concerts, and you've produced so many albums, people can't even, remember them all. Yet you would take a risk and curse your own son out. And we like, there's no way that you can deny, you know. I'm telling y'all. Hey, Melissa. Girl, my sisters are in the house tonight. What do you guys think about this? Like, yeah, somebody's always watching you. Like, it's, I mean, come on. And you're a celebrity? Of course somebody's watching you, dummy. Of course. From paparazzi to the person sitting right next to you at a restaurant. You have to watch every move you make, everything you say. So it pays to actually live the life that you sing about. Live the life that we hear. You praising God, we see you, you got Sunday's best, and all of this. And, we're thinking you're living a holy life. You're saved and sanctified. Hey, Teresa. It is a shame, Doreen. I just feel bad for the son. And I'm be honest with y'all, I don't really feel bad for Kirk Franklin at all because, you know, regardless of what it was, like I said, I could see if Carrion was trying to kill somebody, but it kind of seems like he was just having a conversation with his dad and that got escalated. And before, any of this goes down, just hang the phone up. Just, you know what? I don't want to do this right now. We're getting, beside ourselves. Like it's getting too heated. So we need to just end this conversation before it gets too far. We need to end this conversation before it gets out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Would have been the best move and just stop and just think and then come back and revisit whatever it is. We're not going to sit here, and tear each other down and curse each other out. That's not the way, you know, that's not the way it is. It's not the way it's supposed to be, you know? And this leads me in my mind, because y'all know how I think. If you don't, you're about to find out with all the drama that's going on with the single mommies on YouTube and the family channels on YouTube. When we see crazy stuff like this and then somebody has the audacity to say, oh, well, y'all shouldn't have, commented, y'all shouldn't be reacting to our videos or whatever. We're doing the best we can. That's a cop out. You're not doing the best you can. You're doing the best that you know how without even taking a chance to educate yourself and get better. When somebody says I'm doing the best I can, I hate that because you can do better. It's called learning. Learn how to do better. Melissa says, hi, Twanna. I guess because he's a religious music artist, people might think he's supposed to be perfect, but he's just the voice, I guess. The thing is, as a minister of music, you're going to be held at higher esteem, Melissa. And, you know, as long as he's been working in the industry, you should know better. Now, your whole career is tainted with this. Why did you, do this to your son? For me, it looks like you're living a double life. For me, everything that you've done on stage now might be an act. For me, I don't think I'm gonna buy any more of your music because the cat's out of the bag. For me, that's just what I'm saying. I'm not here for it. If you're going to do this, read the Bible before somebody tears you down. Come on. Doreen says the son might have reached out to the dad to try and build a relationship. Exactly. Because that's the thing, that's the part we don't know is that, who initiated, the conversation and how did it escalate, you know, that far. But my thing is, I don't care how mad I get. I'm not cursing my kid out like they're a stranger on the street. I'm not cursing my kid out like she just hit my Ferrari. I mean, who does that? That's your kid. You went half on a baby, dude. What? What were you thinking? It's crazy. Ray of Sunshine says, Melissa, that's right. We hold them to such high regard. Exactly. And then surprisingly, when they act less than, When they act out, when they get stupid, we're shocked and surprised. And there are only a handful of people out there who have said, yes, I am a Christian and I live a Christian lifestyle, and have actually held up that esteem, that level of esteem. So it can be done. Is everybody perfect? No. But at some point in time, if you have a problem, like in the past, Kirk Franklin said he was addicted to pornography, but supposedly you beat that, right? So you need to put cursing out your children on the list. You need to put your temper on the list. That's something that you need to get rid of, just like you got rid of your addiction for porn. Just that's just my opinion. Okay? That's my opinion. Miss Me says just because he's religious doesn't make him capable of being ratchet. Well, my thing, and I understand what you're saying, but see, for us who actually, like, we're ministers, we live that life. Has nothing to do with religion. In the New Testament, the Bible tells us what religion is. God said there's only one true religion, and it doesn't have a title. It is to take care of the hungry and your children. You have widows in your community, make sure they eat. It's taking care of people, it's serving people. I know the government says different. I know the government says that all this stuff is a religion, but Christianity is a lifestyle. It's not a religion. It's not. And Kirk Franklin, stands boldly and flat-footed in the gospel and Christian community. Zillions of people play his music, watch his videos, watch Sunday Best. And you're going to do this and you think that, you're justified because you're Kirk Franklin? Please. Get the heck out of here. There are people always watching. Could you imagine me coming on my show, with cleavage down to here and some booty shorts on? You would kind of be surprised, wouldn't you? Could you imagine me sitting here drinking a 40? You would kind of be surprised, wouldn't you? You know? And I'm not giving anybody a pass to live a double life. What I'm saying is, if you're going to be a Christian, you need to do it for real. It's time to change. When you get dipped in that water and you come up, old things are passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Didn't come here to preach, but I'm telling you what I know. If you're going to live, a righteous life, you're going to do what God says. You need to know the word. You need to stand on it. You need to trust in God. You need to be praying. You know what I'm saying? To me, this is looking like, oh, Kirk Franklin is perfect and he can do whatever he wants to do. Kind of like that Joshua Holmes dude. When the sex tape came out about Joshua Holmes, right? The people who were following him weren't even shook. They said, he's Jesus in the flesh. He can do what he wants to do. Are you kidding? First of all, Joshua Holmes is not Jesus in the flesh. Second of all, no, you can't do whatever you want. You're human here on earth just like the rest of us. And we are striving for a level of perfection that will get us to where we want to be, which is heaven when we die. I'm not trying to go to hell for none of these people. That's not a trip I want to take. I like to vacation, but not in hell. So, but people do what they want to do and they think they're untouchable. Cat's out of the bag. You cussed your son out. The whole world knows it. I don't know if he's too shook to make a statement or, if he just is like, well, yeah, I did it. I don't have anything to say. Melissa says, shoot, ladies, we all fall short. That is way beyond falling short. No, I do. We can only try. You can do it. You can do it. Don't let Kirk Franklin give you the cop out of we can only try. You can do anything you want to do. I know this to be a fact, you guys. Anything you want to do. If you want to get up in the morning and you want to make breakfast, you'll go in there and make some. If you want to go cut your grass, you'll go out there and cut it. If you want to make your bed, you go out there and make your bed. If you have something that you need to be delivered from, like Kirk Franklin's old attachment to pornography or if you smoke too much, or if you drink too much, you can stop this stuff if you want to. For some people, it's harder than others. But the thing is, everything starts with the head. So up here, you have to get mentally prepared to go forth and do great things and to be great. And it can happen. I refuse to believe that, we just are stuck and we can't learn any better or we can't do any better. Job did it. Job did it. Okay. The youngest boy that ever had wisdom on the planet in Timothy 1 and 2 did it. I'm just saying. You can't be all like, Mr. Untouchable just because, you hold all these Grammys or whatever and, it's okay. You're justified because you're Kirk Franklin. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Tommy Lee says some artists have forgotten just where they came from. There you go. Now that's what I'm talking about. But he has to answer to Jesus at the end of the day. So Jesus is going to reveal your wrong in time. Have to stay prayed up. And not just stay prayed up, Tommy, but you have to do better. My mom always told me two things: practice makes perfect, and when you know better, you do better. And I know, as old as Kirk Franklin is, he knows that that is not right. How would your children feel about you if you cursed around them all the time or if you cussed them out all the time? How do you think your children would feel? Just let that resonate for a minute. Hey, Ree, let that resonate for a minute. Don't try to snap back at me. Don't try to cut my head off or anything, but just, breathe in for a minute and let that resonate. How would your children feel if you cursed them out like that? If I talked to my daughter like that, I would never hear from her again. Would totally wreck our relationship. Wouldn't see my grandchildren anymore. And even if after that I apologized, we have a crack in our relationship now because she's probably thinking, well, mom cussed me out one time. She'll probably do it again. You've completely ruined the platform in which, you built that relationship on. And we've never heard anything between Kirk and Carrion getting out of hand. So I'm like, was he hiding all of this before? You know what I'm saying? Angela, I'm just laying low. My back hurts. LOL. It's this old people stuff. Whatever, old people stuff. Melissa said Kirk is on his own. She says, Tommy, yes, I heard a lot of these Christian artists do. Some big artists, like Katy Perry, began Christian music, and then they went right from. I mean, it's a foot in the door, definitely, Melissa. I totally agree. And I mean, so many musicians have done that. So many singers have done that, where they all started in the church because that's the easiest route for us is that we start singing in the church. But I never, and I guess for me, maybe I just didn't reach for the stars hard enough or whatever, but I never wanted to be like a Beyonce. My dream was always I want to sing in the studio. I want to go to the studio. I want to lay down some tracks. Just a working musician. And thank God I got to live my dream. I sang backup on some tracks. I did dummy tracks for people. Like that was just like I loved going to the studio, and just singing and working and, not having to worry about, the on stage stuff. Let me work behind the scenes, when there's a play going on, getting to, be the background singers and music for plays and stuff like that. But still, if I'm not in the public's eye the way that, Kirk Franklin is and the way that, all the other great, gospel artists, Marvin Sapp and all these people, you still have to live a life, that God demands you to live. Otherwise, it's fake. I mean, just call a spade a spade, if you're not doing everything that you can do, if you're not learning to do better, if you're not striving to do better, not just for you, but for your children, you're not doing your best. Hey, Erica. Miss Me says, I can't honestly answer that without knowing how we got to this place to begin with. And, I feel like that. I feel like, the first part of the conversation would have been great if we heard the whole, phone call. But just that little, you know what I'm saying? Just that little clip that we heard. That's unnerving to think that a father would talk to their kid like that, period. I know what would happen if I were to speak to my daughter like that. I would have no daughter anymore. She would disown me. Melissa said, wow, yes, like what really happened? I don't know. I know what I heard. And what I heard is Kirk Franklin cussing out his child, his adult son. And then he said, and I mean, the thing that really pissed me off about this whole thing, you guys, is he wouldn't let Carrion get a word in edgewise. And then he started yelling about respect after he spit like 55.5 curse words out of his mouth. Then you talk about respect. And then Carrion is saying, I didn't disrespect you. And then he hangs up in the boy's face. And then Carrion's like, did he hang up? I'm just like, did the boy call you and ask you to help him in some way? Did the boy call you, and y'all were having a conversation about his mom or something? Like, did he ask you something that got on your nerves? But whatever it is, it did not warrant that behavior. And Kirk knows better. I mean, we've all been pushed to our limit at some point, and you just want to explode. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see any of these so-called Christians, taking a deep breath, going woosah. I don't see anybody praying. I see stuff like this happen all the time from bishops, from pastors, from, all types of ministers, including Sunday school teachers. And, what I'm saying? We see all kinds of stuff in, church. The thing for me is that it really hits home when you've seen trash in the church presenting themselves as, the honorable such and such, and you're just, all that, but behind closed doors you're having babies with the church, members. You're cheating on your wife, you're on the down low with some dude on the deacon board. You're what I mean, you're sleeping around, with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and whoever else, whether it's a man or a woman. You're drinking behind the pulpit, alcohol. You got to get high before you preach a sermon. You know what I'm saying? There's young girls in, church, and young boys. The boys are getting raped by the pastors. The girls are getting raped by the pastors. Molestation of the little children in the Sunbeam Choir and all this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff happens. This kind of stuff happens. I don't make this stuff up. This stuff happens. And it kind of strikes that chord when somebody like Kirk Franklin does something like this. It was stupid and irresponsible. And now I'm thinking, because Kirk Franklin did do some of this stuff. He used to drink a lot. He admitted to being addicted to porn. He admitted, to living a raggedy life. And he gives credit to his wife Tammy for helping him change that, but says that when they got married, yeah, if tables had been turned, he would have been like, I want a divorce. But she didn't, opt for the divorce. She opted, to help him out of his mess, which I commend her for. But people don't look at this like cussing your kid out, or getting lit and drinking all the liquor in the house and all that. They don't see this as a problem. But what I see is this leading to a bunch of other problems. And I see some people who are possibly afraid to challenge Kirk Franklin because of who he is. That's all I'm saying. I know I said a lot, but look, this stuff has to be said. I mean, these ministers of music, and these ministers, period, are literally getting away with murder. Even in the Catholic Church, they are still sodomizing these little boys. still to this day in 2021. So no, I don't get behind any of that. You would never talk. Exactly. Melissa, you don't talk to your kids whether they're little or grown like that. And we have seen, Melissa knows, some of the rest of y'all know, we have seen videos of parents being mean to their children, cursing at their children. We have seen it right here on YouTube, and YouTube allows this stuff to happen on a regular. On a regular. YouTube does not say, "Hey JJ." YouTube doesn't say, um, "We need to take this video down because you can't do this." You know, they're quick to do the little stupid stuff, but what about all of this stuff that's going on YouTube that really shouldn't be on YouTube? Like, these people really need help. Pushing your children out of the room so that you can do your video. Cursing at your kid because they asked you for something. I mean, get it together. JJ said, I just heard the audio. Kirk sounded like he was preaching out cussing words. Exactly. I don't know why, but I feel like playing a Kirk song. Stop. I don't. I do not. I do not. Reese said, this is so sad. If it feels wrong or off, it probably is. That's all I'm saying. We have to trust our instincts, even in the church. Um, Ray says yes and he thinks it's funny, but it's not. It's not funny. And I love what you ladies are saying in the chat. Uh, oh gosh, if that felt right to Kirk, because Ree said if it feels wrong or if it feels off, it probably is. Did it feel right to do that in that moment for Kirk? I mean, look, I'm the girl with the unpopular opinions, okay? I just say what I feel. So I'm sorry. You know, I know I ticked some people off because I saw them leave, but it is what it is. Hi, you guys in the bushes. Oh, tonight I'm only streaming this on YouTube. So shout out to the new subscribers that I got yesterday and today. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. Not really trying to tick anybody off, but y'all, if you're new, you'll get used to it. If you've been riding with me, you know how my mouth is. I am not one of those preachers like Joel Osteen that sugarcoats everything. That's not me. So I'm sorry if I ruffles your feathers in any way. Didn't mean to. Just speaking the truth. Reese's okay, I already read that. Let me see. Did I skip anybody? Mm-mm. Yeah. Now, coming back to reality, because now we've done the what ifs and what happened. I'm wondering, was there a reason why Carrion decided to release only that part of the conversation? Because I'm looking at his Instagram and I don't see any more um, statements released. Now, let me see something here. I'm going to share my screen because I know you can't. It's kind of stupid that y'all can't see what I see. There you go. I'm just checking him out to see if there's any other audio. I don't know if there is or not. He looks just like Kirk, though. Oh my gosh. I don't know what he's talking about. Something is exhausting. I don't know. It's like he keeps saying this is exhausting. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, this is maybe like a music video or something. So that's the only audio. Okay, he's working on music, so apparently he is in the music industry in some way. Maybe not gospel. From this morning, he was like 2,000 and something followers. Now he's 5,513, but he doesn't follow anybody. And he does have a Vimeo.com. So I guess he puts his music out via the internet. He's definitely not doing gospel music, that's for sure. Um, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I can't find any evidence of um, more audio, but I'm gonna go back and look at the hashtag right now to see. Let's see. All right, I need to go to the hashtag and check out because there is a hashtag. So there may be, I don't know if you guys do this or not, but when you like check out somebody's name, sometimes they have a hashtag, and it's really good to find out that okay, so the only audio is that same audio. And he's saying, this is why I'm done. No father should speak to their children like this. Let me see if I can blow this up without listening to the audio. Okay. Carrion says, this is why I'm done. No father should speak to their children like this. If I have any issues, it's because of the type of treatment that I deal with behind closed doors. Hanging up in my face, no apology, no compassion, no effort. Stop telling me to go home to my family. I don't even know where they live. I don't think I'll ever trust my father to be alone around him ever again. I didn't want to do this. I probably won't release the entire recording because it's too embarrassing that I'm even dealing with this. No matter what people think, I pray my dad deals with his deep hearted towards me. Oh, his deep hatred. I'm sorry. So he's saying, I pray my dad deals with his deep hatred towards me. I don't feel safe around him. This recording is recent. It is not from 2018. Just to clarify, I'm going to learn from these experiences, live my life in peace, and make beautiful art. So that's what he's saying. And the grapevine says that gospel singer Kirk Franklin recently got into an argument over the phone with his oldest son, Carrion Franklin. And during the phone call, you can hear Kirk Franklin cursing threats and using profanity. Although we're not sure what led to this conversation, many people are shocked to hear the gospel artist using this kind of language. Hopefully, the father and son can work out their issues. So what I'm going to do is give you this link as well, and I'm going to drop this in here so you guys can check it out. Good night, Angela. I love you so much. Thanks for dropping by, sis. Um, yes, I'm being silly. No, 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 no. Okay, this is Carrion 2. I'm just going to pop this in here. So if you guys want to take a look at that, you can. There is the link to the message that I just read to you guys, okay? Let me see if I missed anything. Hi, JJ. This is so sad. If it feels wrong, it probably is. I just read that. Hard but not impossible. I understand his pain. Um, Miss Me says that I think the biggest problem I have is family issues shouldn't be taken on social media. Amen. I totally agree with you. JJ, maybe he Carrion trying to prove his father is crazy. I mean, we all know Kirk is crazy. I mean, look at the way he dresses. I mean, I'm just saying, if you watch Sunday's Best, it's like his prized possession show. You know Kirk is a little off. You know, you can listen to his music. I mean, he's like the radical, Christian artist. So, but at the same time, all of us have a little crazy over something, about something at some point, but you can't let it take over you like that. I mean, I mean, and all I'm saying is, Kirk, okay, you know this is against Christianity guidelines. It says so in the Bible. The Bible tells us, word for word, to not provoke our children. Not only did you provoke this boy, but hey, he's scared of you now. That would break my heart if Bree said she was scared of me. You kidding? I would be in tears if she's, Mommy, I'm scared of you. Oh my God. Why? I want you to be afraid of me. I want you to love me because I'm your mom and I love you. There's no way. Carrion had no business releasing that info without trying to get back at his father. Well, Carrion didn't release it first. It was released by somebody else. And what happened is, when, I don't know if it was his friend or I don't know who it was, but Carrion was taken by surprise when he heard that it got released. Now, it hit the media before Carrion had a chance to do anything except for save face. So again, what you do in the dark comes to the light. I mean, this could very well be somebody who lived right next door to me who's not famous at all. You know what I'm saying? This could be, anybody. It could be the butcher at the grocery store. It's still not right. Um, you can't cuss your kids out and not repent for it, by the way. just just the FYI. Can't be doing that, okay? Uh Now let me see. Let me go back to my regular window here. Whew, child. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. When I heard it this morning, I had an initial instinct to go, straight. I was like, let me go to the media right now, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't because I got a chance to, check out the media as it was rolling out and who was saying what. And now what I would like to say, and this is a piggyback off of Miss Me, um, I think that the person who released the audio this morning possibly was either trying to do one or two things. And you guys chime in because I want to hear what you guys have to say. Either number one, they were trying to out Kirk Franklin or ruin his reputation or something like that. Or number two, they were trying to help Carrion get out of a sticky situation. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of why a person would release some audio like that. Not just because he's a celebrity, but just, why would you do that? And then you've got people from the media contacting Carrion. It's like, you know, is this true? Is this true? Yeah, it's true. Because I'm telling you now, the guy that I saw this morning reporting this is huge. He's super famous all over Atlanta. I listen to him like every week. And I was like, okay, if it's on his show, then I know it's real. Now, he's asking between Carrion and Kirk Franklin for the full, you know, for the full tape, for the full audio. The audio happens to be in Carrion's phone. We're not sure if he made a copy of it and put it somewhere. For all we know by now, he could have erased it. We don't know. Um, Now he's saying that he wouldn't release the entirety because it's too embarrassing. So if you're telling me that what we didn't hear is worse than that, because what we just heard is pretty embarrassing, don't you guys agree? Ray of Sunshine says that this is only going to cause further rift in the relationship. I think so. And I feel like that's why Kirk probably hasn't released a statement yet because, I'm sure he's embarrassed, probably pissed off because he didn't think, you know, we the people were going to find out he had a filthy mouth. Um, but I'm not really, for some reason, like in the back of my mind, I'm just like, I don't want to hear the excuse. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear the excuse. I just don't. I don't want to hear the excuse. Hey, Tanja. You know what I'm saying, Ray? Like, I don't, am I being closed minded though? I just don't want to hear Kirk Franklin's excuse. Like right now, I just don't want to hear it. I don't know. I mean, if I'm wrong, you know, you feel free to say so. I'm not like some of these YouTubers. I'm not going to bite your head off. I'm 49 years old. I can take constructive criticism. It's totally fine. Okay. JJ said, I bet Kirk making a song about this would so be the wrong time for him to make a song about this, JJ. You are so wrong for that. That is shade beyond. Okay. I just found out something about my friend JJ. JJ is shady, okay? This is so not the time for Kirk to be sitting at home in front of the piano trying to make a song about this. Nah, nah. Ray of Sunshine says, I can understand that. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to hear it right now. I'm not here for it. I'm sorry, Kirk. I used to be one of your biggest fans. But right now, I just have a sour taste in my mouth. I just don't want to hear it. Toy, toy. Hello. No, I don't think it's closed minded. It's been too many slip ups for him. That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Toy. That's another thing. Let's look at the track record. Okay. You got caught up in the Christian community was mad at you because of your pornography addiction that you had during your ministry. We found out about the alcohol. We found out about the extramarital affairs. Okay. Um, you didn't have any children, you know what I'm saying, on Tammy, so that was good. Melissa said, well, Ray, one thing that may be good is that now whatever issues they have between them can't be ignored. I'm with you on that, Melissa. Amen. It's out in the open. We know now that there is a problem. And if I had a bet, I would say that the problem lies with Carrion's mother. And I don't know this woman from a can of paint, okay? But usually people get the relationships twisted. This boy is grown now, so you can't go back and repair, all the mistakes that you made. It's over with. That's grown. But what you can do is try to make amends. Did Carrion's mother speak ill of Kirk Franklin? Did Kirk Franklin pay child support? Has he been a fixture in his son's life? How has the relationship been until now? Those are the real questions that need to be answered. This is what Kirk Franklin has to deal with now. Those questions, among others. Okay? Yes. Miss Me said, someone instigated an argument, bait Kirk, and used against him later. Someone instigated an argument, bait Kirk Franklin and used it against him later. Are you saying this is what that is? Oh, the person who released the audio this morning? You know what? It could be. Because let me tell you something. I just found out that, Carrion does do music. He does go to the studio. I've never heard any of his music, but he could be like, Belial and them. He does underground music because he's smoking some puff puff. So he's definitely not in the Christian sector at all, which I'm sure Kirk Franklin might be disappointed about. But at this point, I wouldn't care because I'm looking at Kirk sideways. Why are you still using this type of language? Like, you can't do that. I feel like I don't want to hear anything from Kirk right now because I feel like he'll try to justify what he did, even though the Bible says it's wrong. And for me, that you're on my cutoff list at that point. You're not gonna justify your sin. You're not gonna do that. Uh yeah, I understand what you're saying. JJ says this choirs was upset with him in the past. Um, that too. Now hold on before I go any further. The pornography, the drinking, the excessive women, that's three things right there, right? JJ brought up the choirs being upset. That's four. Okay. The secular music he was, fusing together. That right there caused a huge rift in the Christian community. People wouldn't let their children listen to his music. People stopped singing his music at the church house. And Tamala Mann and David Mann had an interview a few years back, and they were a couple of people that were hurt by Kirk choosing a whole nother team of people to back him up, because it used to be Kirk Franklin and the family. And so David and Tamala Mann were a part of that group. And then he had like Generation X or something, and they were like the loud, radical, kids or whatever. But all of a sudden, he put Kirk Franklin and the family on the shelf. They weren't making any music. He wasn't paying any attention to him. These people relied on that. That was their bread and butter. So now these people had to go out and get jobs and get, whatever they had to do because they weren't working. Kirk Franklin never said anything about this happening before it happened. He just got up one morning and decided, to make this happen. So eventually, those three had a conversation, and Kirk apologized, and then he wrote the song for Tamala, "Take Me to the King." And that was like a way of apologizing, for what he did. I don't know if he apologized to the rest of the choir, but I know, he apologized to David and Tammy, and that's how "Take Me to the King" became a thing. Okay, so now, did Ray of Sunshine get timed out? Why? What happened? What happened? Ray said, "I feel Carrion was wrong to take it to social media, and he knew it would be news. Let's be honest, it may bring him clout and right." I don't really, he's not the type that wants clout. I just feel like after he was outed, and I'm not gonna name drop, but these other commentators were reaching out. I just feel like, he was like, "Here's the answer. This is why." Because he did make a comment, earlier, in life or whatever. It could have been even last year. He was like done with, Kirk Franklin. I don't want to, deal with it. And I feel like, if he really wanted clout, his dad is Kirk Franklin. He could have been had clout. He could have been working with his dad. He could have been the next musical prodigy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's it. I think really that boy, I don't know why I feel this way, but I just feel like that boy inside, he's still that boy. And he just wants Kirk Franklin to, be daddy. And Kirk Franklin, I don't think him and Carrion's mother had a good relationship. Kirk Franklin moved on, and she wasn't invited to go. You know, she's got his kid, but that's it. They were 17. He was 17 years old. I don't know how old Carrion's mother was, but Kirk was 17. And this is just me again, my opinion. When Kirk Franklin was interviewed about raising a son at 17 years old, at Carrion should feel it. He should feel a certain way about that, But I felt Kirk was being honest. But there's a way that you say things, because Carrion is going to be listening to this, and he was way younger back then. So I don't. This is not new. This is not something new. This feud has been going on forever, and I think for Kirk, it's just it reached a head or whatever, and he just lost control. I know, I can hear it in my head. I can hear it in this ear right here. How Kirk is going to how he's going to present it. "I know I was wrong. No, you shouldn't talk to your children like that. But let me tell you my side of the story." But I'm just not, I don't want to hear it right now. I think he's right not to address this. Not right now. Carol says, "My question is, why was he recording it all?" Um, he made mention of an incident that, getting cursed out and stuff like that started in 2018, and that this is not the only audio he has. So my guess is he's recording it for evidence. Maybe his mother didn't believe him. There could be, a lot of reasons why. But at this point of him being a grown man, and he has a lot of these audios since 2018, I feel like maybe it's for evidence, or maybe because I we don't know. What if Kirk didn't pay his child support? What if Kirk wasn't around like he was supposed to have been? Like, we don't know. What I do know is Kirk Franklin's interview of raising a boy at 17 years old. He wasn't really raising the boy. The boy was left with his mother. So, and then Kirk went off to do whatever he was doing whenever he was doing it, and they weren't invited to go. So, oh, Trisha said, "Oh my God, what did I do to Ray of Sunshine message? My phone is such a pain." You better apologize. Did you kick Ray of Sunshine out? Ray, come back. Oh my God, what did you do? I feel so bad, Sissy. I'm not sure what I touched and timed out the lady. Oh my God, Ray of Sunshine. I'm so sorry. She got tagged out. She got timed out for 300 seconds. Please don't leave. Okay. Um, um, Trisha didn't mean it. Trisha, stop hitting buttons, Trisha. Okay. Trisha's her first day on the job and she's already timing people out. Oh my God. Anyway, Ray of Sunshine, I did read your message. So, um, you know, thank you for apologizing, Trisha. I appreciate it. Miss me. What did you say? You retracted your message. Now, Trisha, you're not. Listen, stay away from the buttons, Trisha. Okay, listen. How long have we been on here? An hour and 12 minutes. Um, Thanks for all the thumbs up. I appreciate it, guys. I need one more thumbs up. Let's make it to 20 thumbs up. Who didn't hit the thumbs up? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Would you say at least she has a button? Both of y'all have a button. You have a button, do you not? Let me see. Where's your button? You do. Dirty Merit is now a moderator. Okay. I was gonna say you're supposed to have a button for sure. There we go. Okay. Are those all my members? Yeah. Okay. So I didn't miss anybody. I just had to. Okay. I think this right here is the team. Yeah, because B Sugar is. I think this is the team. I don't think I'm gonna need any more moderators. So, but I'm gonna count. Ugh, I'm gonna count and make sure. But if I do have some more members tonight join the membership, about after this weekend, I'm not gonna make any more moderators. So I think I got who I need. I probably need a couple more, but I want my moderators to actually be members. You know what I'm saying? So Reese said, "Wow, I'm sleepy. I have to be careful with buttons." I know. Trust me. Well, look, I want to thank you guys for joining me for this conversation. Um, I'm like, wow, miss me. He has them for clout if needed. For clout if needed. But it's kind of like that stuff with Bill Cosby. Miss me. Why did you wait 19 years? You know, if Kirk cussing Carrion started in 2018, I mean, trust me, he was underage at 2018. That boy could be a millionaire. All he had to do was get a lawyer and say, "Listen to this." I don't know. I think that for me, I just feel like he's hurt that his dad, cursed him out, and he didn't want to look like a liar. And in order for so and so to release their, footage, Carrion had to, do what he had to do. So, I mean, but either way, the audio was going to get leaked. Either way. I don't know if, the snitch, we'll call him the snitch. I don't know if the snitch sent it to a particular person in media or if the snitch just, released it. Like he could have released it to a bunch of folk in the media or he could have just released it on you know, um his Instagram, which is a good question. Let me see. Um no, let me see. Carrion Franklin, 30, brings to light a shocking news about his dad, Kirk, trying to kill him. He posted earlier and wrote, "My own father is trying to kill me. If anything happens to me, it's at Kirk Franklin Sneaky ASS. A lot of funny ish been happening, and he's in LA right now, hiding from me, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm just leaving this here for safety purposes. I can't deal with this F ish on my own anymore. I'm done. My life is too valuable in real time." So that was another statement um, made by Carrion. Gospel singer Kirk Franklin's eldest son claims he wants to kill him. So, I mean, it's obvious that he believes this. I mean, he wouldn't actually, put it out there if he didn't believe it. He believes it. He believes that his dad is trying to kill him. I mean, my thing is like, if you didn't actually say that, then he wouldn't believe it. But you said it. Like you said it on audio. You said you, and this was released. Okay, let's be clear. This right here that I just read you was released weeks ago. So this is nothing new. This is not new, you guys. Okay, another article, you guys, was released with the same statement July 29th, 2018. So he's been believing since then that his dad wanted to kill him. Now, on this article, I don't see any audio. I don't see any audio on here. July 29th, 2018 was when all of this first took shape. And according to JN Blog official, he did not release this on his own social media. This was per an interview. If you guys know what a micro interview is, it's like, you see somebody, you set it up real quick, it's on the spot, wherever. I think that JN Blog, they are really, famous for doing that. It's kind of like TMZ, they see you at the airport and boom, a microphone's in your face type thing. Um, no, man. It's just, wow. July 29, 2018. Whew. This is like, Lord have mercy. Doreen says that all kids want to be treated just as good as the outside kids. Exactly. I couldn't imagine. Like, I think just by now everybody knows that I am a product of a broken home. And the man I call dad is my stepdad. And he has four other girls that live in Kentucky. Um, Faye recently lost her life to cancer. And I have never been treated like an outsider. You know what I mean? Like, never. As a matter of fact, all of my stepsisters call my mom, mom. I call dad, dad. And that's just, it's our big happy family. I was brought up as an only child, but I have half brothers and sisters that my biological father didn't even want me to associate with. So I didn't even meet all of them, or I think that's all of them, until I was an adult. And so, for me, being accepted was a big deal. So I agree with Doreen, and I understand that, when you're a half brother or half sister and you didn't grow up, in the same house as, like, you had an absent parent, it does feel different if the parents don't make the effort. You know what I'm saying? Parents need to make the effort to make your, children feel special. I get it. Kirk Franklin, he went out and he found Tammy and he married her and they started having kids of their own. But I just can't help but feeling, did you leave Carrion out because you weren't with his mom? It's not hard to put your son on a flight, or you go, fly out wherever you guys live, and spend some time with him. Be the male figure in your male son's life, you know? Doreen says, me either, sis. As you all know, I just lost my stepdad. Exactly. Exactly. So it is important, for us, the ones of us that know about stepkids and half brothers and sisters, that's important stuff. That's very important. You don't ever want to feel like the outsider. You don't ever want to feel like, oh, well, I'm not loved. They don't love me, as much as they love the others. No, and my stepdad, we don't do the stepsister stepdad thing, unless we're, in a conversation like this explaining stuff. But dad is just dad, and my sisters are just my sisters. So, if I've ever been, like, upset, if I've ever been, sick, if I've ever been whatever, they're always calling, they're always checking up on me, they're always making sure I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? We send recipes back and forth, because Patricia Ann, that's like the oldest now that Faye passed away. She's the cook of the family. Like, she caters stuff and she can cook so good. So, I was like, I need to learn how to make biscuits just like you, because I love biscuits. Hey, chocolate. I love biscuits with my coffee. Don't hate on me. But, a two ingredient biscuit and they taste just like homemade. I was like, this woman is a genius. She makes a deep dish pizza that will knock you off your socks, and a pecan pie that just is to die for. She makes all the fattening food that I'm not supposed to have. Doreen says that we don't say step. That's right. You don't say step. You just say dad. You just say sister. You just say brother. There are no steps. So, and Doreen has met my family before, so she knows that, my dad's like, that's stupid. There ain't nobody stepping nowhere around here. That's dumb. So, if you're just getting in and you don't know what the breaking news is, Kirk Franklin has been outed by his son Carrion. There is audio on Instagram. If you would like to, the link to that audio is pinned up top in blue. You can click on that link, listen to the audio, and then come back and join the conversation. That is what we're talking about tonight. So, Ray said, very important. My dad isn't my biological dad, but I've known him longer than my biological father, and acceptance means everything. Exactly. So, that's what I'm taking from this or whatever. But, looking at all of the, um, you know, things that are released in the media and stuff and piecing it together, I feel like he was just treated differently. And yes, you can comment again. I hope you can hear. Trisha is so sorry. She didn't mean to do it. It's her first day on the job, so you know, don't give her a hard time for that. Yep, Carol said, call each other sisters and brothers. Exactly. Miss Meesonet said, so do I. I have two half brothers I've never met. See, I have a sister that I haven't met. My daughter's met her, but I haven't met her, and I don't know. I don't know if I ever will. She may not want to meet me. You know what I'm saying? I think she built a relationship with my daughter because my daughter does hair around the community, and she would get my daughter to do her hair. Make an appointment and get her hair done, and they didn't find out that she was my sister until last year. Now, my biological father has been dead for over 10 years, so that's, totally different situation. I didn't meet my youngest half brother until the funeral of my biological father. So there was that. And my youngest sister, if I'm not mistaken, her biological mother just passed away not too long ago. And we reached out, but she didn't say anything. So I don't know how she feels. I don't know if she wants to meet me or whatever. If she does, it's fine. If not, it's fine. Um, but just knowing that they're out there, you know what I'm saying? And I understand the resentment because my mother was the woman that he chose to marry. But I've never felt like, I don't want to meet them. I don't want to hang out and spend time with them. I do. They're part of me. Like, we have the same biological father, so why wouldn't I? But at the age that I am now, I'm not going to chase anybody down for them to be in my life. You haven't been in my life for 49 years. I'm not doing this with you now. So that's just how I feel about it. At this point, don't even show up at my funeral because you haven't been there for me. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Um, Thanks, y'all, and no worries. Okay, good. They didn't want you to be like, she messed me up. She took away my privilege to type and text with you guys. No, it wasn't like that. Trisha, behave wherever you are. I think Trisha's at work. Trisha, are you at work? I'm just making sure. I'm sorry, guys. That's so rude. Tired. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna get off of here in a few minutes. I'm just making sure I didn't skip any of your comments. Ray of Sunshine said, "Amen." For real. That's just the way I feel. But anyway, my hour and 30 minutes is up. You guys, we started this conversation off with a bang. So if you did not get here at the first part of the conversation, please listen to it because it was really good. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Y'all just there wouldn't be a show without you guys. So I appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out with me for like an hour and a half. Sometimes it goes to 2 hours. The other night, we were talking about the girl code and it lasted for 3 hours. I was amazed. I was like, oh my God. So, we're moving on up there. We're getting better. You know, we started off with what, 35, 45 minutes, and now look at us, an hour and a half. You guys are so good. Doreen says, can you imagine a man stepping up to the plate when I was 11 years old and my parents started together, her until my mom died in 2018 and dad 2021, and now I'm 61. I'm telling you, my mom and dad have been married for 33 years. This year be 33 years. 33 years, man. Like, heck yeah, I can imagine. That's awesome. Like you really can't hate a man. Like, and now dad is 80 years old and mom is 7 years younger than my dad. That was concern back in the day, but they're like super grown or whatever. So, my mom is like in her 70s and dad is 80 years old. Doesn't look anything like an 80-year-old man. I can't believe he's 80 cuz he doesn't look like it at all. But yeah, they just they're my babies. I love my parents. I love all my babies, and I love you guys too. Well, thank you. We hung out for an hour and 30 minutes. I appreciate all of y'all. I'm going to get ready to go. My back is kind of hurting a little bit, so I want to take my medicine and lay down and chill out. Because this was a breaking exclusive today, I'm going to be reviewing Coming to America tomorrow. Okay. I'll drop that video. I did drop a video today. So you guys check that video out. Doreen says that's when my parents met when I was 11. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when your parents meet young, and you know what I'm saying? Like, cause you got a whole new dad. Forget about the guy. Forget about the sperm donor. You got like a whole new dad or whatever. So that's special. We have something in common. Guys, I'm out of here. Remember to stay safe. Put on your face mask, use your hand sanitizer, use your gloves at the pump and all that kind of stuff. And always live on purpose. And if you need help living on purpose, just visit my website. I'm going to drop that link for you guys and go ahead and get out of here. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining the conversation tonight. I am having so much fun with this. I got to give a shout out to the Victory Village for even doing this suggestion. Like, it's so much better, but I do still drop videos. Okay, so visit the website, join. It's a great community. You get access to the members lounge and all of that stuff. And it's just amazing. The website is going to be free up until after my birthday, July the 9th. So it is a gift, no charge. Just go in there and have fun. There's going to be a couple of more additions to the website, but I'm super excited about it. So I want you guys to come and join and be a part of the community. I love y'all. Ah, love, 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 love. And I'll be talking to y'all in the Discord, okay? Until next time, you guys sleep tight, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.